Hello everyone, with you Banda Chatsky, and this is a brief retelling of the movie Mousetrap 4x4. Before the start of the video, you can support us, like and subscribe to the channel for you just a couple of seconds, and for us it is very important. Thanks to everyone. Well, and the film starts and we are shown an area of the city in which literally everything is hung with CCTV camera and which is protected from thieves in every possible way. We see the guys looking around a bit. He approaches the car and with the help of a tennis ball easily breaks the door. He climbs into the CA and takes out the radio tape recorder, and after rumming a little more decides to urinate in the backseat. Having finished his dirty work, he is going to leave the car, but the door does not open. Every door in the car is locked, including the trunk. Without thinking twice and panicked, he decides to break the windows, but this does not work out for him. And even the keys found in the car do not help him. Having dismantled the door, he sees what is behind it: durable metal as well as sleep remains. For him, only one way out is to shoot from the pistol that he brought with him, but the bullet could not do anything to the windshield, and in addition, it ricocheted in the foot of the grief of the robber. Having bandaged the wound, he sees a passing girl who looks at the glass of the car and does not see the men sitting in her. He begins to clobber on the glass and screaming, but she doesn't hear him. When he takes out the phone, he immediately sits down. He screams and drinks the rest of his Pepsi at night. It hurts a lot early at night and does not stop bleeding, and the annoying cricket haunts him, already waving. He decides not to kill him. Waking up in the morning, he is tormented by thirst, but there is no water in the bottles and there is only a couple of drops of condensate on the glass. Turning on the radio and relaxing a little, he gets to work and starts hammering the metal layer of the door, but the music is interrupted by a call. This is the owner of the car. He tells the unfortunate thief that his whole car is a bunker on wheels under full remote. No one hears him. She is absolutely armored me, and now he is under complete control. The man on the other side of the wire talks a little about himself, about being a widower and how old he is, and also asks him a question: what you should do by catching your son stealing, to which the thief starts asking for a drink, says that he is hot and leaves. The owner of the car starts to threaten himself and his whole family. The owner of the car hangs up when the air conditioner in the car suddenly turns on, and it turns out to be just a salvation from the heat, but the joy lasts until a real oak comes in the car and Kande does not stop working. He manages to plug the air deflectors, but this does not save almost 100 in Jack Dawson. The air conditioner turns off and the owner of the car calls again. He asks the same question to do when you catch your son stealing, and says that for the correct answer he will give him water. He answers that he would hit his son in the ears and take him to the Ollis. But no, this answer turns out to be fundamentally wrong. This is your son. He takes an example from you. A man talks about several life stories, like his relatives and himself were robbed so many times. He also tells that he is a doctor, and hanging up later we find out that he is an obstetrician. For some time in the car the police pass by and stops next to the couple, starts yelling and with all his might, but the policeman simply writes out a fine and leaves the next call. The owner of the car will give up his passport data in exchange for water. He all calls his name is Tyro, and the doctor tells him that the water in the rear windshield washer. Having drunk the washer, begins the agonizing expectation of the unknown in the morning. He again tries to break through the door, but on the next call the guy says that he is feverish and asks what to do. The doctor asks to describe the wound and says that everything is bad. Turns on the heating and starts telling how he started this day well, and then he says that he has a tumor and the doctor has only 1 year left to live. After a while he is completely starving. Tyra eats or stop papers and drinks his urine. He notices two guys who decided to break into his car but do not have time to drive them away and begin to brutally crack down on the guy. They just brutally behave towards an ordinary guy who did not even have time to do anything at night. He talks to him and at least somehow tries not to lose heart. In their next conversation, the doctor again begins to scoff and tells how he has breakfast, but he is distracted and saying that he is in a good mood. He says that under the pedal there is a chocolate bar of the shooting range. eats it up literally in one bite, after which he starts to watch people on the street and notices that they are all so intimidated that literally every minute they are on the alert. After some time he manages to make a small hole, but he is still not heard. He releases the cricket and says goodbye to him. The doctor tells him what his wife had done son and gave them money so that they would leave. Tyro asks to see his son, but then he says that he studied his biography. It turns out that the guy is on the conscience of several deaths and a prison term at night from nothing to do. He constantly presses the engine start button and at one moment the car starts up. He only manages to turn on the reverse gear and gaining speed, he drives into a pillar, the rear window breaks and he manages to get out first of all. He enters the store and eats enough. A guard approaches him and starts digging. The shooting gallery takes out a gun and shoots at him. It turns out to be a dream. Completely desperate, he decides to commit suicide, but the doctor interrupts him by pressing the trigger. The shot does not occur and the doctor tells him to look. He came to him and gets into his car. The doctor brought him a joint and squeezes pus out of the wound, saying that everything will pass. He takes his gun and leaves it in the most visible place. Scott answers the phone and turns away what the shooting gallery uses and shoots him to get out of the car. He shoots with a pistol so that someone goes out into the street, but the doc didn't Euro TMT catch much and he drags him back. Next to him there was a girl from the police. The doctor didn't Euro TMT have time to drag him into the car, takes the guy hostage. The police arrive and catches the area residents leave their houses and many scream for the doctor to kill the guy, but there are those who demand him let go, saying that he is the same person. The police calls the negotiator and then begins to tell the doctor why he is wrong, but the doc is sure that the policemen and lawyers in this world are all rotten. There is no law, and if he releases the guy now he will be released the very next day and decides to make his own destiny. After some time, the negotiator manages to convey to him that he let the guy go and the doctor agrees that the guy is immediately put into a police car, and the doctor himself, smiling maliciously, opens the car door and leaves a phone with a timer on the roof. He undermines himself and achieves resonance. We hear news clippings in which says that the doctor again raised the issue of security throughout the country and the guy. After a few hours the cricket released by the shooting range flies away. It is eaten by a bird. The doctor has not changed anything on this film, and write your opinion about it in the comments, and also do not forget to subscribe to the channel and like the video. For us this is the best support. Be sure to click on the bell to watch new videos first.